What's up, what's up, what's up, everyone? Good evening, good evening. Let's let the stream populate. Welcome, grinders. What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome, welcome. I think it's dinner time in the US. 7:30. My timing is always a little bit off. Sorry, man. Live chat is enabled. Sorry about that. Alright, guys. Let's load it up. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes and then we go live, guys. I mean, we're already live at the moment. Dinner time for the people in the US. What's up, Edward? What's up, Crypto Chris? Today's episode is relatively short. Gonna be short and sweet. Just like to do it live once in a while. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Thank you for joining the Signals group, Kevin. Mohammed. Haha, Soli. Must be... Where are you from, Soli? How come you're sleeping? Is it like is it Europe? Is it very early in where you at? All right, I got some bad news and some good news. Which one you want to listen to first? Midnight in Europe. Okay, sure, no problem. What's up, Mary? Hello. Okay, guys, like I said, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Which one you want to hear first? Ireland. So it's 1:38 a.m. So if it's 1:38 a.m., you'll probably want to hear the good news first. The bad first. Okay, the bad first is that the volume the volume of BTC has left us. Okay. In terms of cryptocurrencies, so we look at the market cap at the moment. We look at the 24-hour volume of cryptocurrencies. It has been like that for a number of days now. No, let's ignore the bloodbath, man. Let's ignore the bloodbath. Let's look at the volume. The volume has been bad, guys. Okay, the volume has been really bad and it's trending sideways for a reason. Okay, so this is just the scenarios of what I know, and I'm just sharing based on my opinion and the news that I've been gathering from around my sources. Okay, so because we all know China now has a huge clampdown on the exchanges, and China accounted for quite a substantial amount of the overall trading volume in cryptocurrencies. That is a given. So when we look at the current bans that are being processed, everyone is now basically doing the procedures to exit out from the exchanges. Okay, and the larger exchanges have more time compared to other exchanges, and all the smaller exchanges are moving towards Hong Kong. So I think if you watched my stream a few days ago, I've already highlighted this. Now, where are they moving to? They're moving to anywhere outside of China. Now, for those who are moving to Hong Kong, it's going to be I'm not sure. You probably need to turn on your volume or something, Caesar. Okay, so as I was saying, if so it's going to take some time for the volume to return, okay, because a lot of people in China are going to be clamped down. So there's going to be the Great Firewall that is going to prevent IP addresses for VPNs. I'm not sure how powerful this firewall is, but apparently it's good shit because it's made by the Americans. So it basically prevents any Chinese or PRC who uses VPN at the moment, because the only way that you can access Facebook, YouTube, Google, okay, is only through a VPN in China. So if you are in China, if you're in China at the moment, you will know what I'm talking about. Now, the only way for the volume to come back, which is very, very challenging, is that you must understand that only the very well connected PRCs are able to transfer their wealth around, or they have multiple bank accounts, or they are able to step outside of China and invest, right? But for now, I think a huge clampdown is being done. So the volume from China is, we can say that it's not existent anymore. So now here comes the good news. The good news is that the volume in Japan and the volume in Korea is picking up. Now, I'm not sure whether the money is able to flow out, because per year Chinese citizens can only withdraw $50,000. So like I said, they must have planned very much ahead, and maybe they foresaw this occurrence, and they've been planning ahead, but I highly doubt it. So at this point, your euphoria is no longer there. You're not going to see much moons, and I want to start warning you all about the various cryptocurrencies that you think are mooning, because whenever you look at Bittrex and then you filter and you see what are the top cryptocurrencies that are doing well, you think that you're gonna make some money, a quick cash, 5, 15, 20%, and more often than not, you're gonna get caught. Now, then the next thing is that you're probably gonna join some pump and dump group. So yesterday in the Signals webinar, we were discussing a few key factors of we were discussing a few key factors. We were looking at investing in this space, but at the same time, if we are going to go into a bear market because of lack of volatility and lack of volume, okay, what's it going to be like? What's the scenario going to be like? So we had a few scenarios that we can play out. One, okay, so let me just go to the charts first. So as you can see, for the past few days, okay, you're seeing this kind of volume, very low. Okay, no more than 5 billion on a 135 billion market cap. All right. Now, when you look at the chart, okay, it shows roughly around the same thing. Very low, pathetic volume. In fact, if it's anything, it's more selling down. It's more of selling down rather than going back up. So if you are now looking at gains, I think it's going to be quite challenging. Let me be very honest with you. So I'm going to just lay out a few cards for you all to play out, and you all see which one is the most suitable for you. So first thing, okay, you might want to take a pen. You might want to take a pen or something, right, and record this down, because I'm going to go through a few fundamental aspects. So firstly, we're going to be discussing your risk profile first. Okay, follow me through. The reason why am I discussing about your risk profile is that when you understand your risk profile, you're able to make better, well-informed decisions, because you have already identified yourself. So there are 3 risk profiles: aggressive, moderate, and conservative. Okay, so aggressive investors basically are already market savvy. They are also having solid liquidity. They understand that they have a time horizon towards how much they are able to they understand the time horizon required for an investment to flip. Okay, and when I talk about time horizon, means that they have a lot of liquidity as well. Also, because they are savvy, they have a deep understanding of this space. Okay, and they are also experienced in derivative products, for example, margin trading, anything that is in margin. Okay, Then we have also the willingness to accept maximum losses. Now, if you're aggressive in cryptocurrencies, but you must also have the following attributes that I just mentioned. So as I mentioned, you have a deep understanding of the space, solid liquidity, understanding that that this space requires a long time horizon in order for it to bear fruit. Also, because if you're investing in ICOs, it's not always the quick flip these days. In fact, it's going to be very, very challenging. Next is, like I said, the experience in forex trading, margin trading. These are the things that if you do not have this kind of experience, that means you have never even touched a derivative product. You have never touched anything on a contract for differences. Hey Michael, what's up, man? And also the willingness to accept maximum losses. When I mean maximum losses, I mean investments going to zero. Okay, so if you don't fall in this category, then maybe you fall into the next category, which is moderate investors. So moderate investors, what are the categories? You have a good understanding of the space, right? You have a good understanding of the space. You have sufficient liquidity. You have a typical time horizon of 3 to 5 years for an investment to turn a profit. You are experienced with stocks or mutual funds, meaning that they are not on leverage, but at least you have experience with investing before. More often than not, your approach will be 50-50. So you will mostly be invested in large cap stocks, and then a little bit of growth stocks, or you're in dividend paying stocks and high credit rating bonds. So this is the experience that you probably have if you are someone who has invested, or at least considered a moderate investor. Now, willing to accept losses, but not the full principal. So when I say willing to accept losses, what are the losses? We're talking about at least 20 to 50%. So this is considered like moderate. Now, the last and final category, of course, is conservative risk investors. Now, conservative risk investors have an average understanding of the space. You have sufficient liquidity. Typical time horizon can differ based on your investment. All right, so meaning that you can have some investments that are 1 to 2 years, you have 3 to 5 years, and then after you have some that you're willing to hold for 5 to 7 years. So your portfolio is relatively having a basket of various instruments. So you are more experienced with, of course, maybe blue chip stocks, very conservative government bonds, and your approach is usually 80-20. So you have probably blue chip dividend paying stocks, government bonds, corporate bonds with IG credit ratings of BBB minus or higher, or Baa3 or higher. Then the willingness to accept losses is very, very small. You're looking at anywhere from 5 to 20%. So based on these risk profiles that you are, now what is the mentality? What is the mentality that you should be having? So I will go on to the portfolio allocation. So the portfolio allocation at the moment for aggressive investors, as we recommend, is 70-20-10. So what is 70-20-10? 70-20-10 meaning that 70% allocation will be high volatility cryptos, less than 500 million market cap. And then after that, for the 20%, so 70-20-10, so this is 20% allocation to moderate volatility cryptocurrencies, or at least we talk about mid cap, 500 to 1 billion. Then after that, 10% will be for fiat. So this is literally the profile or the portfolio allocation for aggressive risk investors. Then of course we go down to moderate, 50-30-20. So 50-30-20 literally is whatever I just mentioned, but 50-30-20. So you will tend to have, of course, a little bit more fiat compared to the aggressive investor, because you are wanting to capitalize on market situations. So for example, if there was a dip, you could have utilized the 20% that you have set aside from all the profits that you've been getting from all the positions that you are having, and then during the rainy days you can use it. Now, of course, for the conservative investor is 10-40-50. 10-40-50 because this space is highly volatile. So 10% will be to high volatility cryptos, which are less than 500 million. And then after that, the 40% allocation to moderate volatility cryptos, which is 500 to 1 billion. Last but not least, of course, you have roughly around 50% allocation to fiat. Now, these allocations are a guideline and may be adjusted accordingly to suit your preference. So whatever I just mentioned is just for a quick snippet of the courses that are going to be available in 2018, and I think these guidelines are going to serve you very, very well going forward, because I think that a lot of people are a little bit concerned about where this space is going, especially with all the high profile individuals in the financial markets coming out and stepping out and really smashing Bitcoin, like literally smashing Bitcoin. And when they smash Bitcoin, it does get to you a little bit. Of course, maybe you may or may not know these people, but because they have so much influence in the financial space, it tends to give you a little bit of the jitters. So when you understand your risk profile and you dive deep into your financial objective and you match it up with this portfolio, right, you tend to be a little bit more calm. So next thing that I want to speak to you is a lot about the mindset. Now, why is portfolio management so important? Because when you don't even know how to manage your own portfolio properly, what happens is that you're going to see a lot of cases where you're going to panic sell. Okay, you're going to panic sell. You're going to have to ask the opinion of the chat, which is really not a good idea, because more often than not, it depends on what kind of community you have. So far, Crypto Grinders, right, our community seems to be pretty well knit. We usually stop people who are trolling. Okay, we are there to literally provide value. So if you are not part of the Crypto Grinders Telegram chat, feel free to join us if you have not already. And at the same time also, I think, guys, this space is going to just be like that for a number of years. Okay, and it's going to be very challenging. I'll be very honest with you. A lot of times when I notice all the hype that's going around, I guess it's fun. It's fun when the markets are bullish. But when the markets are not bullish and it's doing whatever it's doing right now, which is running sideways, you're literally gonna be quite disappointed, and emotionally you're not going to be very stable. So I don't want you all to over leverage in crypto, and at the end of the day, it affects you on your lifestyle. So let me just share a little bit about maybe how my day went. So because I just had a baby, right, and I have not slept much yet. In fact, maybe I got 2 hours sleep. There are people here in this chat who know that I really just conducted the live webinar just a few hours ago, and then of course, naturally, I think maybe I got 1 or 2 hours sleep. So I had to go and change the baby, and when I was changing the baby, it was a mess, because I think a few things happened, right? A series of things happened. The baby was puking, and then after that, all over the place, it was just a mess, and the markets are not doing very well now. But how am I able to be very composed? Because I did not over leverage my funds into cryptocurrency. So I diversified into gold and silver, more gold than silver, especially in the June period. So at the same time also, I hold quite a bit of cash, because I knew that at the end of the day, this market will have to pull back, and when it pulls back, naturally we are going to be affected. So that being said, right, I think most of the time, there are going to be people who are going to take advantage of this situation. And if you are not sound in identifying your goals, and you are not sound in terms of identifying what you want when you invest in crypto, so that is the part where also comes into play portfolio management. So after you have identified your risk profile, you need to understand your financial objective. Why are you even starting this profile? Do you start this profile because someone else told you about it? You obviously in it for the money, sure, but do you have a portfolio? See, when a portfolio, it doesn't mean within crypto, it's also around, and it's very holistic. So that is why I'm always emphasizing it's not just the one-time trade, and it's set. Okay, so the audience, or the demographics of people in cryptocurrencies is very straightforward. 24 to 35 years old, this is the hot spot. So I would assume that a lot of these people are young adults. Then after that, it comes 35 to the 44-year-olds who are getting a little bit more into the space. Okay, so these are the people who are more mature. They have maybe a little bit more liquidity. So I'm more concerned about the 18 to the 24s, and also the 25 to the 35-year-olds, because the liquidity isn't there, and of course you're starting out in life, in your careers, and you really feel that cryptocurrencies could be the instrument, the financial instrument that can project your financial standing. Now, with that in mind, okay, you have to enter this space in batches. That's why I've always been emphasizing laddering your orders. This market is just gonna pull back. Crypto's team, your transfer coin, right? I will not pull up a coin just because you say so, right? Because at the end of the day, this space, there's too many coins that are doing well today and are shit tomorrow. So those who have followed my chat completely understand that. I'm not saying that transfer coin could not be something good, but like I said, if you have not done your due diligence and you're not substantiating why it's going to do well, if you can't even tell me what kind of team it has, what kind of financial backers it has, maybe if you can highlight to the chat, feel free to do so. Okay, so what I'm just trying to say is that don't go for the next hot thing also. Try to be emotionally stable throughout this whole time. This space is gonna literally make you or break you. In this space, it's gonna make you or break you, because what I can say is that this space is gonna give you the riches that you need. Okay, especially if you are going to be invested in the long term. Especially if you're holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, okay, you just keep building up the spaces. So when we are part of this space, okay, there's two kinds of people: the people that are gonna protect you, and the people that are gonna just basically benefit themselves. Okay, so if they are gonna be here, all right, you have to be very careful, guys, because like I said, this space has a lot of hype. It's very entertaining sometimes, especially to watch. But don't forget, a lot of them are not financial professionals. More often than not, they're just marketers, right? Or at least they claim they're marketers. Or they're just people sharing the experience of Bitcoin because they made it earlier on, meaning that they got in very early. They bought in through some friends or whatever, but they don't understand the space. They don't even understand the technology behind it, and that's what concerns me. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to fend for yourself. You have to start reading up, educating yourself from a financial standpoint, because if you don't protect yourself, you will always be susceptible to other people's opinions. And you know what? Don't even listen to me sometimes. Just start looking up Investopedia. Start reading up on the old school financial methods. Okay, we're talking about the old school financial education methods. Okay, and then from then you tweak it to your own risk profile. You tweak it so that you can achieve your own lifestyle that you want. Because guys, at the end of the day, this channel may or may not be around. Okay, when I say this, because like I said, I did this channel purely because I understood that the space needed this. But at the end of the day, I also have to move on to other things. Okay, because this space, as much as I like it, I feel that there's a lot to learn, but I still prefer for the fact that if I can engage you on a personal level. And that is why I created the Signals group, because the Signals group is only 300 people. At least it's easier. I can grow with you. It's like a small classroom environment. If I can't even put my thoughts and my teachings on a consistent basis, it's like basically your teacher, right? You're with your teacher for 1 year, at least, and then whether or not you like her or not, it's a different story. But at least for that 1 year, she's able to pour out whatever she knows, and if you are able to apply whatever he or she is teaching, then great. You learn something new. So that is why the Signals group is important, and that was why I even stopped doing videos for a certain time frame. I'm not here for the views, guys. Trust me when I say this, I'm really not here for the views. I'm also not here for the subscribers, the number of subscribers. In fact, my content is moving towards educating you guys, because I think a large part of this space, there's a lot of lack of education. It's just basically price. What to buy, when to buy, what to buy, when to buy. Then let me ask you a question. Do you know when to exit? Do you know when to cut loss? Do you know how much to put in? What's your portfolio allocation? And why do you even buy the crypto? Majority of you probably couldn't even answer me. And that is why when the markets pull back, you panic, you sell, you cut loss, and then after a while, you keep losing so much money, you will stay away from the space because you understood it from a very, very infant kind of way. And when you don't even understand it deep enough, that's why you can't stay invested, because you allow other people to control your emotions. And also you allow other people to make the decisions on your behalf. And I see it over and over again, and I guarantee you there are new people coming into this space all the time. They are so impressionable, and if people do not mean well, they're just gonna keep hurting you over and over again. And that's the sad thing. And I just see it. I mean, I guarantee you it will just happen over again. So the reason why I don't mind sharing a large part about the course, those basically that I just shared with you are from my slides. I don't worry about sharing anything, because at the end of the day, I know that people won't keep looking back at this video a few months down the road. Let's say if it's 6 months down the road when I launch a course, they're not going to look back at this video and then go through it again. They're not, because they want to see what's new, what's happening. But you know what? In investing, it's always about consistency, being consistent, being invested in the market, always upgrading yourself. And when I say upgrading yourself, I really want you guys to be successful, because I don't want to be the only one at the end of the day saying that, hey, only Ryan made it. Whenever I put out a level, guys, I'm always invested in it. Okay, trust me when I say this, and neither am I manipulating the level, because the market caps are so large that there's no way that the 15,000 of you, even if everyone invested say $100 or $1,000, it's not going to move the market, guys. Trust me, it wouldn't. And when I say stay invested in the good stuff, today is that day where I say I was right. Because from the very beginning, whenever I ask you all to invest in 500 million market cap, people say, oh, it's boring. Oh, it's so boring. Can you look at this shit coin and that shit coin? Where's that shit coin now? How's your portfolio doing now, sir? Do you have the confidence to hold it? I don't think so. In fact, you probably cut it already, you moved on. But you know what? Maybe because you invested 100, 200 bucks, that's like a pair of sneakers. It does not matter. But let me just tell you one thing, $100, $200 is not going to make you rich. If you want to be rich in this space, you have to have a portfolio of at least 50 to 100,000 right now. That gives you a chance to be rich. If you're not even trading that amount, you're not even investing in that amount, or you don't even have the confidence to put 50 to 100,000 in this market. And when I say this, I'm not lying, because look at the ICOs that are coming out. Yes, you may say that you're going to get it pennies to the dollar, but if you look at it, how much is the cap now? What, 2.6 Ethereum to give you some Kyber? 2.6 Ethereum is only what, less than $1,000 US dollars, guys. So you must expect Kyber to be $100, and everyone is just saying, okay, I'm gonna wait for it to be $100. Bullshit. You're not gonna wait for it to be $100 because you don't even have the mindset to wait for it. So you have to identify your own risk profile, your own portfolio, before your own risk profile. Identify your financial goal. Okay, so the financial goal, make sure it's not about yourself. If the financial goal is about yourself, you have to be very disciplined. Okay, it cannot be just holidays. It cannot just be buying stuff. It has to be something really big. Like I would say, retire your parents. I think that's a good one, because to retire your parents is something where it's going to cost you 6 figures, because healthcare, when it comes to letting them retire early, it's not easy. Challenge yourself. Put a six figure kind of financial objective out there. Buy a house, right? If you have a girlfriend, you have a long-term girlfriend, or you have someone that you intend to get married, buy them a house. Let's get a house, darling. And then with this goal in mind, make sure you build towards it. Yeah, I had a client just recently. I think I was so impressed. He was so formulated in his game plan, okay, that I was so happy to do the consultation. I was very proud because he knew what he wanted. After he graduated, he'll be literally going to create a business. He wants to start up a franchise. He also has a portfolio of 5 figures, of 5 figures, and then at the same time also he's already having an investment property. And he's only how old? I think he's only 26, 27 years old. That, my friends, is a plan. That, my friends, will get you rich. And also he's also going to be working towards consultation. He's going to help build a business. I think these people are very rare, and these are the people that you have to follow. And if you are not having these kind of people in your circle, I strongly suggest that you find people with this kind of mindset, and that's how you progress in life. Because I wasn't progressing in life because I was mixing with people who had no goals. They had no financial objective. In fact, they were very lost. Right? They wanted to stay employed for a majority of the time. And that's okay. It's okay to stay employed. It's okay to work 9 to 5. It's no shame, because We need these people to continue to help the economy to move. But if you want financial freedom, you have to think a little bit different. You have to be aggressive about what you want, right? And when I mean aggressive, means that you be smart. You know more than other people. You don't listen to someone else. You listen to someone else who has already achieved success, but at the same time also try to understand that how he achieved success may not be how you achieve success, right? So this is how you adjust yourself properly. And what I hope for this channel is that you grow with me. You grow with me, and you know, when times are bad, okay, like now, times are bad. Seriously, guys. We may see a 2,800 Bitcoin. We may see 1,008 Bitcoin, and you know what? And even if we saw 1,008 Bitcoin, it would still be great. It would still be up throughout the year. That's the scary thing. But you know what? A lot of people are caught, especially if you entered in June. If you entered in July, August, you're not going to have a very nice portfolio to look at. And if you had been following my channel, you would be okay, because fundamentally, when we recommend something at Crypto Grinders, we know that fundamentally the teams are good, the business model is sound, and at the same time, the collaborations that these companies potentially have are going to be awesome. So we don't have any doubt in our mind fundamentally, but from a technical standpoint, as a trader, naturally people will say, oh, you know, as a trader, you should have cut. So this is where it gets a little bit challenging. Could you have cut and come back in? So a lot of people will decide, maybe I shouldn't have invested at this point. So the should have, would have, could have will all be in your mind, and it'll be playing with you, and that's the emotional part, right? It gets to you. Should I have cashed out at BTC at 4,001 or 4,002? Should I have sold my Ethereum at 350? Because now Ethereum is currently 1 more month to 2 more months away from Metropolis being on live on mainnet, you know. So all these questions will always play in your head, and I really wonder from a mental standpoint, how are you guys? You know, I really wonder. Are you all able to function? So those who are able to function day to day, wonderful, keep it up. In fact, read more books. Continue to improve yourself in this space. Continue to, in fact, exercise. Go out with your loved ones. Because this market, like I said, Bitcoin is going nowhere, guys. Ethereum is going nowhere, guys. Okay? It's just that all these regulations have to happen. When all these regulations happen, and once this whole ICO space has really picked up, we're going to enjoy what we managed to pull through. Okay? So that being said, you know, guys, try to identify whatever I just said. Okay, try to identify whatever I just said. Absorb it. I don't want this episode to be too long. You might need to watch this episode over and over again. But trust me when I say this, this episode is going to be one of the best episodes that a lot of people don't really get. And it's okay, because I don't care about the timing. Because like I said, guys, from an internet marketing perspective, actually 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock would be the best timing for people in the US. But I did it at 7:30 when everyone is still having dinner. So it's a shit timing. I completely understand. But at the end of the day, it's what's here and the willingness for you guys to learn. And I'm happy with the people who are watching. I'm very happy that you guys are watching it. So guys, this is what I have to say. Today there will be no coin talk as per se. I want you guys to just absorb a little bit, reflect, and make sure you clean up your portfolio as much as possible. My take is to have at least 5 coins to 6 coins maximum in your portfolio. Never exceed that, because if you don't tidy up your portfolio and you're not able to zero in on the solid projects, then you're going to have issues whenever we have market situations like this. And we're talking about this market situation in this current time frame. Okay, this current time frame, the market is trending sideways. And not only that, when it trends sideways, the whales may move their liquidity out and pump something else. It can be another crypto, it can be another asset class, meaning that it can be stocks, it can be bonds, it can be gold, it can be anything else. So don't keep counting that cryptocurrencies don't think that cryptocurrencies are going to be the promised land. It is the promised land, it is the next phase, but it needs time, guys. It needs 5 to 10 years. Okay, it's not going to be tomorrow. But there is a lot of, okay, so take note, there's a lot of now mainstream coverage. There's a lot of media coverage. CNBC, Bloomberg, BBC, all these channels are covering cryptocurrencies. But you know what? All the news, or at least the people that they're interviewing for this space, are the old guards. The old guards don't give a shit about you, man. Okay? The reason why I even left banking, because at the end of the day, I can't help the retail customer if I'm in banking. Okay, I can't benefit you guys in any way, and that's why I left. And now I'm actually standing in the same side as you guys, you know, because I know that at the end of the day, when I close my eyes and when I look back, or when I sorry, not when I look back, when I close my eyes, I know that my two daughters will know that that their daddy did something for this world before he left. And that is the kind of thing that I want to do, and that is the legacy that I want to leave behind, because I know that one of you guys are going to be successful from the words that I say. All right, I know that one of you guys are going to follow me through all the way until you get there. And you know what, at the end of the day, when you do get there, all I want is like a little postcard or maybe a little email like, Ryan, I made it because you helped me out. And that's all I want, man. I don't need you to send me anything, man. And that is the whole beauty about how this space works. The free world, free information, social media, all these kind of good stuff is just there, right? So that being said, I hope that I hope that this is not a rant, guys. This is exactly how I feel. There's going to be more good stuff. Like I said, I'm going to be speaking to Quantum on Friday. So if you guys are free, I'm going to live stream. Probably it's going to be, let's see, PST 9 o'clock. So I think it's 9 p.m. Yeah, it's probably 9 p.m. So it's Friday PST time, 9 p.m. to 10. I'm going to be speaking to Jordan Earls and Brad. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I'm also probably gonna research on decentralized exchanges, or exchanges that are not gonna be affected by all this shit. So I'm gonna be speaking to some founders on that. I may even speak to 10x. Yeah, guys, working towards that. And the series that I'm gonna be starting is called People Behind the Block. All right, because I think that at the end of the day, we need to understand this technology more. It's not just about the levels and what to buy and all that. It's about understanding why they even created this, and are these people going to help us, you know, find a solution to the existing problems. And I'm sure they are, because there are a lot of brilliant people in this space. Like in Singapore, I'm so thankful that I'm going to be invited to a blockchain mixer. Gonna meet journalists, miners, hedge funds, you know, and just absorb, you know. And guys, you guys should be doing the exact same thing. I mean, if you guys are like in you know, like for example, this community, the crypto grinders, you guys could probably meet up, you know, discuss, go into the Telegram chat, and you know, go into my Telegram, join my Telegram chat, and just, you know, meet up, you know, just talk about whatever I've been discussing, and then, you know, compare notes or whatever. You guys should be doing that, man. You know, that's what is this for, right? So this is what you all should do. And also get yourself in the space, you know, really get yourself in the space. And you know what, sometimes maybe if you don't have people around you, go and find these people. Maybe you should create, because you can be the leader in this space. Just saying, man, these are all the ideas. I know it's a lot of work, right? Trust me when I say this. You know, people think like I'm working from home, you know, and everything like that. But man, the amount of work that has to go into this is much more than going to a 9-to-5 job. So it's about the sacrifice, man. You just look at the IBEX, guys. Just look at the IBEX. It's like, whoa, you know. But you know what? It's all worth it, because I know that at the end of the day, I am changing lives, and that is the most important. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Right? Buy more Bitcoins. Buy more Ethereum, especially during the dip, because Metropolis is coming. Quantum Metal Civic, these are the cryptocurrencies that you can have. Look at some waves, look at some BitShares. If we have some solid exchange cryptocurrencies, we will be launching them, you know, in the Signals group. The value is going to be immense, guys. So if you are not part of the Telegram chat, feel free to join me. Also, I have a Twitter. Feel free to follow me on Twitter as well. And of course, last but not least, like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that bell. It's really, that bell is the thing that probably you guys are not getting the notification because the bell is not on. So love you guys. You know, you guys have been awesome from the very beginning. Ever since I started this channel, I think the support that I've gotten is just too much, man. It's just too much. And the emails that I've received, and also, you know, yes, of course, I got a lot of haters as well. There are haters, but it's okay. You know, social media is like that. You have to be a little bit thick-skinned, and you know, I don't give a crap, man. You know, I'm like an old man. You know, these little sticks and stones don't break my bones, man. Okay, guys. So like I said, make sure you follow the risk profiles. Okay, identify the goals that you want. You know, guys, write it down, man. Write out those financial goals, man. I want to buy a house. I want to make sure that I can retire my parents. I want to travel the world for 1 whole year. Think big, guys. The bigger the better, and gradually work towards it. You know, man, that's probably another episode, but you know what, just try to understand one thing. The success that I've had now was when I was freaking broke. I ran out of completely all my money, and $500 was something that I spent on, you know, a Tony Robbins seminar. $500, man. Can you imagine? It could have been for free, but I spent $500 for that, and it was a 2 days thing, and it really changed my life, man. I mean, because I really wanted it so badly, and I applied every single thing that he shared. And the key word is applied. Applied means taking action. If there's no action to whatever I just said, guys, then that means it's a 30-minute episode of fun, laughter, peace, and joy. It was entertaining maybe while you're eating your noodle soup or whatever crap you're eating right now. Yeah, probably you found it entertaining, and yeah, you know what, it's really motivating. But man, I really hope that you guys have penned it down, and I really hope that you guys are going to be able to apply whatever I just said. Okay, guys, take good care. All right, that is the end of the stream. And also, like I said, grinders, make sure you follow the right people in the space, guys. Okay, a lot of charlatans out there. Take care and God bless.